Okay. I know, hi, everybody. Once again, I'm Michelle and Kristen Wave.
Hey, everybody.
Kristen stitched the really cute Christmas girl, and I did the Hanukkah one. And when we set out to do these, we didn't realize it would take so long for these to get in, but like everything else in this world, they did. But we're so happy to finally be here. And this is really what we would call a stitch along, meaning that the stitch guides that you have are just that, they're guide. They're not a mandate, they're not the law. You might choose to do something else. Not everybody chose to get threads. There's a lot of threads that I know that most of you probably have that you can, I mean, you're using, not even one strand. So yeah, so it's kind of crazy. But it was a fun little stitch once we got going and we were able to stitch them. It was a really fun little stitch. So Kristen, if you want to take it away.
Okay, and boss, I don't want to disagree with you, but I was wondering if you thought maybe you wanted to go first and let the people who didn't do the Christmas one, then they can hop off.
We can do that.
You wanted,
I think, how many people did the Hanukkah?
Well, so
Okay.
I have the Hanukkah, but I have actually the big one. I didn't get.
And that's fine because
Okay.
because,
Okay.
and you know what we'll do, Hillary, too, is that at some point we can kind of talk offline because you can definitely, there's a little bit of a difference, but you can
Yeah.
definitely take some of what you learned from here. And I think I
Perfect.
sent you this stitch guide.
I didn't get the stitch guide yet. I bought
Okay.
a stitch guide somewhere, but I would love to also get
Okay,
this
so do
one.
me a favor and just DM me your
Okay.
email because after this I'll send it over to you.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay.
or Michelle, or would you prefer me to just go ahead and do this and then you can stay after and maybe you and
No,
Hillary
it's fine. I'm good. I'm good.
whatever
I
you
can
want
get
to
this
do.
done. Yeah, I'm good.
I just
I'll
didn't
go
know if there were
ahead
just a couple people and then they can hop off.
if they want to hop off. If you
If
want to
they
stay and listen because you might use a stitch, go for it. So hi Donna, I saw you come on somewhere. Um, so this is the Hanukkah, and I know that Hillary's is a little bit different because she got the big one.
But it looks I mean, it's, yeah, that's like a little condensed version. It's nice.
Yeah, isn't that cute?
Yeah.
Yeah. So to walk you through, so we used a series of threads, and as we were going, I probably should have used more of what was in my what was in my stash. So we did a wallpaper stripe for the background.
Oh.
And so it's an open stitch. And I used 2 strands of a mandarin floss, and the color I used was 820. All right, in the floor, in the main part of the floor, I did a reverse basket weave with Weeks Dye Works, and then I used a dark brown Splendor just as Continental or Tent, either way. And the baseboard is just a Continental stitch in white. All right, the cabinet, I did a satin stitch, a horizontal brick, a vertical brick, and a tent. So in order to give it a little bit of depth, what I did is, and I don't care which direction you go in, but I did a vertical going down and a horizontal brick going over the ledge or the top of the cabinet. And then like a cabinet, sometimes they're kind of satiny, the doors, doing that in a diagonal satin stitch with just an outline stitch.
Cool.
Okay, the candy dish, the I think you guys have a brown in there as well. I just didn't put it in because I'm anybody that knows me knows I'm notorious for removing things. And it's just a 10 stitch, just a 10 stitch for the glass. There's some things in here that really didn't call for being able to do a really fun stitch. And so my fun stitches were really contained to certain areas, such as the pants. I did a corduroy stitch, and I used a tweed. The pants were corduroy, it's a rainbow tweed, and what I forgot to say to you is that I did strand it. Because if you don't strand it, it's gonna come out fairly heavy. and you don't want it to be that heavy. So I did a corduroy stitch, and then my outline stitch, I believe that I used a dark blue essentials, but you could also use a Splendor. It really doesn't matter. You just want an outline of the pants. All right, to be a little bit darker than the corduroy stitch itself. The sweater, the skin, the eyeglasses, the top two presents are all in a basket weave or tent stitch. The bottom, I did a straight satin stitch with just a tent stitch across. And once I was done with this one, I went back and I took a piece of the fireworks and I tied a little bow and I tacked it on. So basically I tacked it on by bringing the needle underneath and creating a bow underneath. So tying it so it was secure back there. What I did for in order to bring some holiday cheer in, what I did for the canvas part of it, I did a snowflake stitch. And the star is just a tent stitch. And then the menorah is a tent. And then I just kind of played with the flame in the either flare or frosty rays, whichever one you have. Just kind of played with it and changed it and kind of twisted it as I pulled it down in. And it's not twisted to the point where it's heavy in there. It's just, you twist it almost as if you were working with ribbon. You twist it in loosely. And that will kind of give it, it'll bring it up on the surface. I don't know if you can see that.
Michelle, does everybody know how to pin so they can see?
Does everybody know how to pin? I did it so I should be pinned.
Right. I don't know if
Okay.
everybody's seeing you full screen.
Is everybody seeing me full screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And then, does it matter where you start the wallpaper stitch? Okay, so I would suggest to either starting it, you want it, it's vertical, okay? So, and I'm not sure, and Kristen may have another way of doing it, but what I did is I just went down vertically. All right, so I made sure I had enough for this, like I had enough for a couple of rows. So I made sure that I was able, when I stopped, I was stopping at I couldn't do any more on the next row. All right.
That, and I also didn't do my background first. I
No, I
waited
didn't either.
because you have to have a place to start and stop it because it's an open stitch. So I kind of did my background in sections where I would have place to tack it or, start and stop the thread. So like for Michelle's, like you might do it when you're doing your packages, do that section of the background. And then when you do your girl, do up by her head. And then, over by the, the credenza, do that part of the background. You have to have a place, you want to be able to follow the pattern, but you also have to have a place to start and stop the thread.
Yeah. So for me, I did the background last. And part of it is the fact that I ripped out the background several times before finding the background that I wanted.
And we never talked about the background and we both chose the same background. It was very strange. So
Yes. Yes. And it's an easy background once you get the pattern going. Because it just is, but you have to do it. You definitely have to do it vertically. And I don't care if you start at the top or you start at the bottom, but I like your idea of doing it as you're moving along. If you are somebody who stitches pretty traditionally and you're going from east to west or west to east, I'm a jumper, so I'm all over the map. And so I chose to do mine last.
yeah, whatever works.
And I believe in the stitch guides, I also put the hardest part is probably for some people to get used to is probably the hair. Because, and I did send it to her, I don't mind sending it out to everybody. In fact, as soon as I'm finished with this, I will paste it down below. Because you may choose to do it for your Christmas girl or whatever, but the hair is an embroidery stitch for the most part. And what you're doing is The only way for me to describe it is, and the tutorial kind of spells it out a little bit better because I do the loops for you. So you're gonna loop in one area, you're gonna maybe go over 2 stitches or 3 stitches with 2 threads. All right, you're gonna go through that loop again, and maybe through that loop another time, and then you're gonna pull, and then in the middle of that, you're gonna pull it one way or another. So you're gonna, but you want to keep your threads loose. So you get that kind of curly, you get that curly thing going on, okay? And keeping it curly and loose allows you to play with which way the curls go. Okay, and then the last thing I did was the crown, and basically I just strung the beads along and then I tacked them down.
I love the
That's
crown.
really all I did. I mean, and when I said you this moved, as soon as I started stitching this, it moved much quicker than I thought it was going to, even with all the little pieces. So
Very cute.
very, very cute. Anybody have any questions on this? All right, Kristen, I'm gonna pin you.
Okay.
All right, so people have you now.
Ready or not, right?
Mm-hmm. And this is Kristen's girl.
So as soon as I saw this canvas, I fell in love with it, but not but, and every time and even as I was looking at Michelle's, what I love is that there is so much going on in these canvases that as you look closer, like the credenza in Michelle's and the gifts, there's so much going on in these. And as you start to stitch it, I think you realize that because usually when you look at a canvas, you pick 1 or 2 things that you want to focus on and you want to make stand out. But as I started to stitch this, there's the Christmas tree you want to make stand out, her hair, her slippers, her pants. There was just so much. The carpet. I thought it was just such a fun stitch. So. What I really focused on was the carpet. As soon as I looked at it, I knew I wanted to do turkey work and make it kind of plush, like a 70s kind of, maybe not a shag, but nice and thick. The slippers with the fluffy red. Michelle, oh, can you guys see this? I know the sun is kind of bright.
Yeah.
But you guys have seen it before. I know we've done a close up on it, and you have your thread. Her hair with the long turkey work, and her beaded PJs. If you don't like beading, that can always be, a single French knot. The other thing I wanted to point out, which I've seen before on a full size girl, is what she's holding and the canvas that she's holding, and I almost did it on this, but I didn't, is you can actually make the canvas that she's holding half stitched. So it looks like she's stitching, but she's not done. It's like a half worked canvas, which is, I thought, a really cute idea. So if you want to make her canvas not all the way stitched, like she's still working on it, I've seen that done and actually gone in for finishing that way. If you want to do that. The other thing I wanted to point out, the Christmas tree, there's no right or wrong. Those are just long stitches. I did not use, I'm sorry, my husband is printing out on the printer that's sitting right next to me. Long stitches, no right or wrong. I did not use a laying tool. The bulbs were just fireworks. I kind of wanted to leave it up to you guys to ask any questions. You've gotten the stitch guide. Everything I stranded was always 4 strands of any of the DMC or the Splendor but obviously that's going to be personal preference if you like lighter coverage or more coverage. Anybody have any, in looking at it, or any questions about threads or techniques that they might not be sure of, or anything with the canvas that they had questions on?
I do, Kristen.
Okay.
When you did the tree, did you do the balls first and then the green, or the green first?
I did the bulbs first, and then I went and did the green after.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes. And you'll see, and I think I put it in the stitch guide that there were, I think they were, what color was it that I did not do? Oh, there were yellow bulbs that I didn't do, just doubled up on a couple of the other colors. And then I did I went back and did the green after. Yeah, good question.
Kristen, in the main part of the wood, the wood floor,
Yep.
where you have a DW hazelnut or the weeks,
Yep.
are you stranding the weeks? My packet had the pecan, weeks worth. Did you
Yes,
strand that?
I did strand that. Did I not write how many? Yes, that was also stranded, 2 strands, it says in the stitch guide.
Okay,
Sorry, I
that went with
just
the
told you
other.
4 strands. Yes, 2 strands on that.
Okay, thank you.
4 strands would be way too thick on the floor.
Okay.
And if you have another technique that you would use for her hair, or something that you would like better, I just did, and I had never done it before, long turkey work for her hair, the long ponytails. That's just how I did her, that's just how I did her hair for her ponytails. And if you have, maybe some cute Christmas ribbon, thin Christmas ribbon or something. I just happen to have some extra red thread laying around that I put in there, but some cute Christmas ribbon or something. And I think I also wrote in there, I put in some whipped cream for the little mug sitting next to her. You don't have to do that. It could be coffee. I think it has brown on top of the mug. I just chose to make it something a little more fun, rather than coffee, but it can be whatever you want.
What stitch would you use to make the whipped cream?
That I used, and I think it went with all of your, it was Frosty Rays, and I just ruched it a little bit.
Oh,
It should
okay.
have come with your thread if you bought the thread pack.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I
that
just
is
didn't-
in the, it's in the stitch guide.
Okay, I didn't see how to do that.
Oh, have you ever used, Frosty Rays?
Yes. So you just pull the
You
metal?
just pull that
metallic?
little
Mhm.
metallic piece, and you won't need to do it much because it's such a small area. You just pull it just a tiny little bit and pull it through and tack it down.
Okay, thank you.
Tiny little bit. I've never worked on a project like this where there were just so many tiny little pieces. So, if you ordered the thread pack, you'll see, there were a lot of moving parts to this tiny little canvas. And I don't know if all of you have heard, but Andrea and I are working on on the Boo Girl, the Halloween one, and it is cute. So if anybody's interested, I just think these are, they're really cute. So the fingernails obviously are, you don't have to do that. The red fingernails, I just glued those on with a little bit of, I think I had super glue at home. That's an option that you can do. You don't have to. I'm trying to think of what else. I really like the way the painter, the designer, all the shading in the pants and the shirt. It's such a subtle difference in the colors, especially in the pants, the 3 colors, but I think it really makes a difference once it's done. So I had a really good time with this. So
And Kristen, did you just skip over the white spots on her pants and then come back?
I just left them blank. I
Okay,
didn't stitch over them. I just left them blank and did the beading last.
okay, thank you.
Yep. Yep. Any other
Beading and
questions?
ribbon you tend to do last, because once again, you need that anchor on your canvas. And the second part is they're a little bit more fragile. So, and even though the colors might be lighter, that's the one area that you definitely do last.
Okay, this is a big ask, Kristen. Can you
Yes,
hold your canvas up and I can take a picture of it?
you absolutely can. Do you know what? How about, do you want me to just take a picture and text it to you?
Even better, thank
Yeah.
you.
What's your phone number?
585
585
721
721.
3092.
Okay, especially because I have the sun coming right in,
Thank
so you won't get a good picture here, but as soon as we're done, I'll do that for you.
Thank
you-
you.
Can you text it to me too, please?
Sure, just, how about your phone number?
954
954
559
559
5231.
5231. Anybody else?
Yes,
Okay,
it's Vicky, 908
908
310
310
3526.
3526. And what I'll do is I'll take some close-ups of some certain parts
Thank you.
of it as well. And I'll just do like a mass text message.
Thank you.
Sure. And then you guys will also have my cell phone. And if you have other questions about it, then you can just text me or call me.
And I have
Or-
it texted to me as well.
Oh,
Just
sure. Shoot. What's your phone number?
706. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
706
706
513
513
2741, please.
2741. Anyone else? Okay, and if anybody changes their mind, you're welcome to either call the store or ask Michelle or,
Brigitte, I can get that out to you, what we've been doing, since we had to go back and do some more. What we did is we did the main parts. So we did the main areas that she's asking about the thread pack.
oh, okay.
So we did the main areas and, we just did full skeins of the main areas. Otherwise, you'd be sitting there forever and ever and ever and ever, because it was so laborious that we realized, why are we doing this? But I'll get that out to you tomorrow.
I've
Thank
had a
you.
couple other people, Michelle, ask for the thread pack, so I'll get with you and tell you that as well.
Okay.
Michelle, I have a question. So since I have the very large Hanukkah drum, I bought a variegated thread for the floor. What
Mhm.
stitch is there a stitch you recommend that would be like better for variegated threads versus not?
Hold her up, Hillary. So you can do the reverse basket. It's 18 count, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so I did a reverse basket weave on that. So
Okay.
it's this, I sent you over the thing already, and you can do
Thank
that
you.
same exact
she-
one.
Can she hold it up? Because I used a variegated on mine as well. Does it have the darker stripes like mine?
Yes.
Because I did the horizontal, the vertical brick on mine with the large stripes. I can't see it.
Oh,
Yeah, she could do that. So she could either do the vertical brick and you did it larger.
Can you, hold on.
let me see.
You know what? I'll send you her stitch guide too.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I'll send you her stitch guide in just a minute, and that will help.
Thank you for sending me that. I appreciate it.
Not a problem. And because you have a little bit of a difference, if I go back and look at that one, if there's anything I can think of, because there are some things in there that aren't in the small one, the more condensed version. But as guide is just a guide is a guide, and it gives you an idea. And if I take a look at it, I can tell you kind of where to put your focus is in regards to stitches, as opposed to having everything stitched. She froze.
And yeah, and I bought, am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
Okay, I did buy a stitch guide and I was looking through that as well. And it's nice to have both of them to
Yeah,
reference.
and that way you can pick and choose what's right for you.
Yeah, absolutely. This
And I'll
is
send you
really
hers.
great. Thank you.
Send you hers.
Another question, Michelle, just because I'm technologically stunted. The hair tutorial that you posted, how do people save that?
They can say, well, it's on our YouTube channel
Okay,
on Needlepoint Junction.
got it.
So you go to Needlepoint Junction YouTube. And if you need help with it, like if you decide that you're going to do something like that and you need help with it and you want a one-on-one FaceTime, call me. I've done so many lately with embroidery stitches for hair. Like all the ladies that I did and everything, that it's kind of become a natural thing. So, and hair can be so much fun, and it's one of those things where, I mean, I think even yours would be really cute with braids.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
That was the only, I'm sorry to interrupt.
go ahead. No, you're good.
The only thing that I forgot to mention is on the Christmas hat, on the hat, on the Santa hat, and on like the pom-pom. Does everybody know what a bunka brush is, and do they have one? It's a great tool. We sell them at the store. It's a minimal investment. If you don't have one in your needlepoint accessory box, get one. That's how I made her hat and the pom-pom fluffy. It's like a soft, bristly kind of brush. It's small. It's about this big. I should have brought one with me as we sat down. But after you stitch it, you just rub it gently, and it takes the kind of the sparkle out of the fiber and makes it kind of fluffier. And I wrote that in the stitch guide to fluff it up after you stitch it. But if you don't have a bunker brush, it's something to consider adding to your accessory box. I know we have them at the store, so think about adding that to your needlepoint arsenal.
Those that did the bunny with me, we used it on part of the bunny. And
You use it a lot.
We do use it. We use it a lot more than we think we're going to
Yep.
use it. And we can, and you just can't be afraid of it.
Yep.
You know, where
Yep.
and
Great
but if
tool.
you're going to use it, you don't want to stitch anywhere around it before you use it. Right. So
Or just
if
put
you're
your
going to
hand-
use
put your
it
hand
and you've
over the
done
other
the
stitching.
hair, oh boy, you're
Just
in
put
trouble.
your hand over it. But
Yeah.
anyway, that was something I meant to point out because I did note to take your bunka brush, but if you haven't heard of it, you might not know what it is. So I just wanted to kind of explain it. You know, I know the stitches were in there that I used, but you are welcome. I'm going to send out pictures of close-ups of it, but I am always available. You can call the store. You are more than welcome to call me or text me or email me. I'm always available to help. And I hope some of you guys are interested in the Halloween girl because she's just as cute. Andrea and I are stitching it
Hold on,
together.
let me see if I could pull her up, because Andrea sent her to me today.
She's so cute, and we've picked out some great threads. The threads won't come in the little bags. I promise. None of that craziness this time.
Oh my gosh, it's cute.
It's
so cute.
So cute. Yeah,
So
hold
cute.
on, I'm trying to see if I can, let me go.
There you
and I
go.
can get
You
myself.
got it, Michelle.
She's adorable.
So cute.
It's
God.
very cute. And
When
we
will
do
the
have
new-
some left. We probably got, I just ordered more today, so we probably got about 7 more weeks before we get them in. But at that point, the stitch guides will be done and hopefully all the threads will be in because I got the thread list today.
It went dark, Michelle, but
Oh, well,
we're
I got
gonna
the
do
thread list
some,
today, so
we're
I
gonna do
priced
some
them out.
ruching underneath for her underdress. We've got some silk straw for the
Broom.
the broom. We've got some really fun stitches. So think about it, and I hope
I think I
you.
put it under Halloween Stitching Girl
I hope you
online.
join. And we've got some great, like, almost glow in the dark beads for the cauldron, like the
Oh.
bubbles above the cauldron. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. So think about it.
So, but any questions on these girls?
Yeah,
Donna,
sorry.
I saw you somewhere.
You what?
Donna left. Donna's there. You have any questions, Donna?
I'm here.
Do you have any
Mm-mm.
questions?
If anybody has any
Not right
questions,
this
as I
minute.
said,
But
Cool.
me-
I'm sure I'll later.
Okay, well, if you have questions,
as you-
I'm also available via.
as you guys stitch these, feel free to reach out, or anything that you need. We're here for you.
Yeah. Yeah. They're cute. I can't wait to see them done and I can't wait to
I
see how differently they
know.
all come out.
So speaking of which, let's talk finishing. They could be a great ornament. You could, we could inset them into a tray. We can inset them into a pillow. We could,
I think
What
I'm gonna
else?
do it as a stand-up.
I think, how are you gonna
How?
do it as a stand-up?
How would you, yeah.
We'll kind of weight it on the bottom. It was your idea.
It was
Yeah.
a round stand-up?
A round stand-up and just kind of weighted here on the bottom. We did it from Megan K, some of Megan K's things.
Oh, with a gusset.
Okay, so you got kind of a wider foam core thingy, whatever.
I love that.
A wider band, and then you can just, and do it
Okay,
as
so
a stand-up.
this is my goal, because this is my thing. I love to have series of things. I think it would be great to have a Stitcher Girl for every holiday. So if you do a Hanukkah one, then you have to do the Halloween one, Michelle. And then you have to make the Halloween one into a stand-up.
Will you stitch that for me?
No, I'm gonna stitch my own.
So it wouldn't be hard for you to do too.
Oh, stop it.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you.
I think a stand-up is adorable. And we have that new way now that has the little pocket on the back where we just stick the little plastic thing in, kind of
Mhm.
like a
yeah.
frame.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So ladies, lots of fun ways to finish these things.
Yep. Because it really doesn't belong on my Christmas tree.
Why? You can have. Oh, I got a great idea, Michelle.
Mm-hmm. A new tree?
No, you do the Christmas one and you do them back to back.
I may be able to talk into the other Christmas one that didn't have the Nutcracker.
Christmas. Michelle, the Nutcracker is this big. Christmas, or stitch right over the Nutcracker.
I could do that.
Christmas
could
on
do
one side, Hanukkah on one side.
I'll think about it. Thanks for giving me more to do.
But
We
we
do this
appreciate
all day,
everybody doing
ladies.
this
We
with
do
us.
this, we give each other more stuff to do all day long.
If anybody, and you ladies keep your eye out for any projects that like catch your eye that you think that would be a great project for Michelle to stitch. Keep your eye out.
Throw her under the bus.
No, we have a good time. And if there's a project that you think that would be a great one for, like a group
Kristen to
along
stitch.
like this, reach out to me. No, I'm serious. Like, reach out to me.
They're fun. I mean, these small ones go fairly quickly. I know we do have some larger ones coming up, but these small ones go fairly quickly.
These are fun. It's fun to
These are
stitch as a
fun.
group.
These
It
are
is
fun,
fun.
and they do go. I guarantee you that like Vicky Petey, who's sitting there right now and she's stitching, will be done with this in a day or two. Vicky's a fairly new stitcher. She's only been stitching since the winter.
She'll have it to me by Friday for
Yeah.
to be finished.
She does her own finishing.
Oh, okay.
Really
Well,
good. She's really good.
Actually, and thank you. Actually, I was long arming a quilt. That's why I had to get right on here. Because I had this all organized beforehand. I have a question on her fingers,
Yes,
where it says Merry Christmas.
yes.
What are those?
Those are fingernails.
That's
The
her
red?
fingernails. I've heard you say that before and I went, they are? Okay.
Well, you'll see.
We have more coming in.
She should have her fingernails. You have her
Mm.
red fingernails, but the way the designer painted it, there's fingernails. It looks like she's holding the canvas like this.
Yeah.
So she's got it's like like her thumb is behind the canvas.
Well, I was just trying to picture how I hold mine. That's honestly what I was doing.
And you'll see there's two colors.
Okay.
And
We don't usually see how we hold the back. We only see the front.
That's correct.
And there's two colors, one color for in between her fingers, and then to kind of make it look a little more obvious as to what it was, I popped fingernails, red fingernails on.
Yep. I see.
You don't have to do that though.
No, that's okay. I was just trying to figure out what it was.
Yeah, just
Thank
her
you.
finger holding the canvas.
Thank you.
You
If
are
you're
so
coming to the
welcome.
retreat, you'll get to meet the designer.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
If I can
And
talk
bring
my
your-
husband into that.
Bring your finished ornament and show her.
Yeah.
Or
It
halfway
will
there.
be.
Yeah, but she will be there. She is joining us.
I
So
know.
This is the way.
Beth is going to be done shortly too, because as she's scheming I can see her.
I did my wallpaper already. I didn't know we shouldn't do that part, but
You
So
can do that part. There's
Mhm.
no right or wrong.
I know. Michelle tells me all the time.
Who cares?
It's just a guide.
Right.
It's just a
right.
guide, and
And-
our suggestions don't necessarily make sense to you. Sometimes they don't make sense to us. So,
And Beth, I'm going to show you the back of mine. You can see where I cut across the back for the,
Yeah,
so you can't see it. So even if you didn't tack it down like inside,
right. Yeah, I
I
left.
know,
way
I know,
out- Yeah, way
No big deal.
outside, so I could come back and.
Yeah.
Anchor
no
them
big deal.
later.
it is no big deal.
So.
No big deal. Any other questions?
Did you see the stand?
Jill?
Oh, yes. Could you see how the stand is? If someone wanted to see the stand?
Oh, no, show us, but you have to,
Yeah.
Jill, you have to
Oh,
start your video,
I-
honey.
Oh,
Hold
Oh.
on, I asked you to start your video. There
Okay,
you go. I'm gonna
okay.
pin Jill because she did a stand for something.
oh, gestures to send, okay.
Okay, where'd you go, Jill? You're gone again.
Let's see, there.
There
No,
you
I'm
go.
not leaving it.
Yeah, there
Can
you are.
see me?
Okay, so pull it up, bring it up, honey.
Oh,
Okay, so, yeah.
Okay.
Now turn it around so they can actually see what it is. And Jill just had that done and it just sits on
Uh-huh.
her.
and it just sits.
A little pocket. Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh. Can you see it?
That's a great
Bring it down a
idea.
little bit, Jill.
Bring it down.
How's that?
Bring it down
Farther.
into the
To the right.
Okay.
right, to the
There
right.
you-
All right.
You're
Got the other right.
to her
you're right.
left.
There you
Right.
go. Yeah, it's gonna be the
Yeah.
opposite of whatever she does.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's how,
That's great.
and it comes
Isn't that
up and
great?
down.
Very nice.
Very pretty.
I think that's how I'm going to do mine, Jill.
That's actually a good idea. It's actually a great
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah, I like that because
I love the way it came out.
I did too. It's different than a picture or putting it
Yep.
on.
I think I might
Just
have to
different.
do that for my queen instead.
That's a great idea.
That's a great idea. That's actually a really perfect idea for the
With the
queen.
corgi, yeah, with the
Oh,
corgi.
yes. Oh, that'd be great for the queen.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes it easier to pack away too at the end of the season.
Yep.
Right,
Oh, yeah.
right.
Not taking up a whole lot of room.
And then you just
Correct.
reuse the stand.
Right. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jackie, you're very quiet. Do you have any questions or anything?
No, I thought the stitch guide was pretty complete, so.
Yeah,
Nothing,
she actually does a good job. Sue, do you have any questions or anything?
No, I don't think so.
Jill?
No, I'm
Jill
good.
asked.
Oh.
There's a couple Jills, Jill.
No, I'm
Isn't that
good.
amazing?
I was
Couple
just, one of the things I was thinking about is, and I don't know if you answered, my computer went out a couple times while we were talking. Are those just regular gold sequins? There's no special needlepoint sequin, is there?
No,
Okay, just
Uh-uh.
checking.
No,
no.
nothing. I mean, we didn't really do anything super special whatsoever.
Yeah.
Michelle, do you have those stands?
The
The finisher does.
finisher does,
Okay.
but I can find out where she got
you
them.
can order them on Yarn Tree.
Yeah, it's probably where she
Yarn
got.
Mhm.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions, ladies? Jill, are you done?
I'm finished. Oh, is this Jill? Which Jill?
No, Jill, are you finished with the piece because you started it this afternoon?
Right, right.
So, okay, if you have any questions, like I said, you can reach out to Kristen or myself. You all have the email, you all have my Instagram DM. I
Hey,
tried.
ladies, I'm
and I-
in the message below. I'm gonna put my cell phone. So
I'll put mine too.
how about that?
That way, if you want a picture of it as well, you can text me.
I have the Ford phone numbers that people ask for, but now you'll have mine. Oh, I forgot to write Kristen, but,
That's all right. It
It
says
says
Kristen
it.
above it.
oh, it does say it. Okay, so
It
there's my
says
cell phone.
Kristen.
Okay,
Mhm. So if you need anything, Brigitte, I'm gonna get the threads out to you tomorrow. And if anybody else needs anything, let us know. We can't wait to see these done,
I
and
know.
whether you get them finished with us or somebody else, I still want to see them.
Yeah, send us pictures.
Yeah, we want to see pictures. And we look forward, I mean, the way we do these is we walk you through what we did, and I can't wait to see the different changes. So,
So pretty.
and some of you I'll see in the next couple of weeks. So, really exciting. So,
Can I say something about the retreat and what I'm gonna do there? Am I allowed?
yes.
I'm gonna be at the retreat and I'm gonna be talking about finishing and have not a booth, because not a booth, but I'm gonna be at the retreat and I'm gonna be taking and finishing and talking about finishing. So if you are coming to the retreat and want to bring any finishing that you have or are looking for ideas about finishing, bring it with you. Just know I'm gonna be there and available. So just want to put that out there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Great, ladies. Thank you so much for joining us. And I hope that you
Thank
enjoyed
you.
this project as much as we actually
Yeah,
did.
I had a blast.
I had a really good time doing it. And we did do it separately. We didn't even, the most we said to each other is, do you have yours done yet? I think that was,
I think I
and
said
then when
I'm
I saw
gonna-
that she did the same background, I was like, oh, okay. All right.
Yes,
That
thank
was
you for
funny.
joining us.
Yeah,
Thank
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
All right, ladies, I'll send these texts out now.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.